Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NEC. It is Overwatch Wednesdays. I had to put a long sleeve on tonight because my man was coming in strong. Connor Breeze in the building. What is up, my man?
Not much, living the dream. You know how it goes.
I know it. I know it. Look, too blessed to be stressed, my friend. And speaking of being too blessed to be stressed, styling and profiling, we have an amazing matchup for you here tonight in our week 4 first matchup as Hood College comes in against the Howard Community College Dragons. Connor, we are going to have us a slugfest in this match 1.
Oh, for sure. Route 66 looks like the first map here. It's going to have a lot of long sight lines, a lot of sniper possibilities. It's going to be an absolutely great game.
Absolutely. And we want to remind you that all this action is brought to us by our partners. First of all, thank you to our linear TV partner. You might be watching from there live right now. Our friends at ESTV, now available on Samsung TV Plus. And we want to say thank you to Helix Esports for all that they do for us to help us move forward. And of course, our brand new partner, our friends at HyperX, for being involved in collegiate esports. Man, first of all, Connor, so for people that might be a novice, maybe they're just coming in here from to watch Hood College or to watch Howard, maybe they're a novice to esports. What can they expect to see as they walk in and see the arena here for both these teams?
So what they'll most likely see is a lot of, basically a lot of things going on all at once. It's a lot of team-oriented gameplay coming up here. There's going to be lots of chaos going out throughout the stream, and it's going to be hard to kind of maybe discern all the little things that are going on, but that's what me and Jaron are here for. We're going to start describing, everything that's going on, lots of explosions, lots of different ultimate abilities and new things, but you're going to see a very, very competitive game here tonight.
Absolutely. It is going to be a fantastic evening. As the players look like they are in there getting ready to go. Absolutely. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I have the correction. It does look like we will have Hood College in the blue and Howard Community College in the red. We will make sure as we jump in that those names don't change. But wow, what a week it's been, Connor. We are approaching week 4. This is the kickoff to week 4. And what have you seen from the NECC so far?
So far, I've seen a lot of absolutely great teams, playing in both divisions we got going on here in the NECC, Champions Division. We have a lot of competitive Overwatch no matter what time it is, no matter what teams are playing. It is always a very competitive, very high tier game.
Absolutely. It is going to be fantastic. I think we have everybody pretty close, Connor, as we look in the chat. Yes, here come the R's like we should be ready. And for those of you watching, we will be playing a best of 3 series. So a best of 3 maps. Each team, we have a map set tonight. We will kick that off on Route 66, and we will have different game modes. We'll make sure Connor will explain that as we jump in. Let's go ahead and jump into the game as you see the beautiful canyon scenic views of Route 66. Connor, explain to him what they're going to see on this map.
So this map is a push the payload map. Payload's going to start at the very beginning of the map, and it's going to make its way through the gas station, through the open area, and then into an indoor scene at the end. The first corner they're going to have to come around has a lot of long sight lines, a lot of broken areas which teams can flank through, some places through the mountain, health packs on the side. There's a lot of open area, so you're going to have to look out for Widow, Hanzo, other long range combatants here. It looks like Howard is going to go on the offensive first with Hood coming out of spawn here with a Reinhardt Sigma duo for their tanks. Widow, nice long range sniper, and then they have a Junkrat. Get some great shield damage down, some AoE damage, and then it looks like they're running with a Mercy Ana for their support system.
Absolutely. It's going to be a solid setup, guys. We are 15 seconds away from this first move. And guys, in this game mode, you're going to see that timeline across the center of your screen. You can see that cart. You can see that payload as the blue team, I do believe, no, the red team will take that and they will move that forward. So let's see how this plays out. Let's get right into it, Connor.
It looks like Howard has an interesting dive composition moving forward. They have a Zarya, which is more of a close range combatant, but everyone else seems pretty steadily dive oriented. I wonder how they're going to play into Hood moving forward. Hood holding them at the corner here. Genji in the back line, causing a disruption. Reinhardt not turning around though. Doomfist now dropping down, gets a good pick on the main healer. And there down goes Mercy as well. No healers for Hood moving forward. Howard on the offensive here. Winston diving. Widow in the back line. Junkrat going off with Doomfist. Reinhardt being left all alone in the middle of Howard's entire team. And it looks like Junkrat's about to be staggered here by the Winston. Great team fight by Howard moving forward. Absolutely annihilated Hood in that first push. I wonder how they're going to come back from that one.
And it looks like they'll go right up to that first checkpoint. As you can see those little blue marks as the first checkpoint is met along that timeline, and they get extended time each time they get one of those checkpoints, eventually leading Connor. All roads lead to that yellow checkpoint in that final destination.
Yeah, a good 5 minutes, 15 seconds to get there. That is a long, long time in Overwatch. It'll be interesting to see how Hood holds them off moving forward. Doomfist on the high ground, antied, so he backs off. Winston looking to get his jetpack off. Reinhardt holding Genji off to the left. Winston dives the Junkrat, but Mercy comes to fly in and save him. Winston dives in on the rest of the team. Mercy goes down. Doomfist now jumps in, finishes off the Mercy, and Genji finishes off Ryan. Doomfist finishes off Ana, and Howard is rolling. This is an absolutely phenomenal game put on by Howard here. They are team killing over and over and over again. It looks like this is a composition, that they've worked on a lot before. They've had a lot of practice, great comms, and Hood just doesn't know what to do about it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. And again, like you said, just so much momentum as the hog drops down on payload, maybe trying to make a change.
Bob goes in from Ash. It looks like they have a tank change here. 2 off tanks, Roadhog and Zarya. Should be an interesting composition with no shields. Bob takes over and kills both supports. It looks like, Howard will have to push back for now. Roadhog on the offensive on the high ground. Howard regrouping. Hood College had a great push to stop them from receiving second point, and another time bonus moving forward. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock. Looks like Howard's going to push to the left side, take the back route to the payload, maybe through indoor as well. Genji on top of the building. Winston diving the Ash, bubbled by Zarya. Doomfist punching in, going after the Mercy. Mercy goes down. It looks like they can't keep their supports alive right now. Ash goes down from the Genji as well. Doomfist ults the Ana. Ana goes down. No more supports for Hood. It looks like Howard's game plan is diving the supports over and over and over again, and then cleaning up the rest when there's no more heals. And it looks like it's working out phenomenally for them.
Absolutely. They just push through that Winston diving, like you said, just back there. And Connor, without anybody to heal, that center defense is just left wide open.
They are doing a very, very good job of picking apart. And speaking of picking them apart, what a long-range sleep by Howard's Ana. Sleeps Ash, preventing her from getting good positioning moving forward, staggering her a little bit, forcing her to hold back and give them some extra time to push uncontested. Doomfist, quick picks. Genji goes down, so it's a 6v5 currently. Down goes Winston. It looks like Hood has the advantage here. Howard backing up. Zarya moving backwards. Doomfist canceling his punch and pulling out. Solid hold by Hood there. Let's see how they move forward with this. Genji now back, diving the Junkrat. Here comes Blade. There's the Nano. Very dangerous combination there. Lots and lots of damage. Down goes 2. No, 3. Junkrat Tire gets 2. Genji gets 3. Doomfist picks the Zarya. It's an even fight so far, except Howard takes advantage. Junkrat, Mercy is all that's left to contest as of right now. Mercy goes down. Junkrat goes down. 4 on cart for Howard. Ash back from Hood College, taking pot shots. Doomfist on the high ground. Bob goes in to contest payload. Winston's on the right with Doomfist now. Hood's got a Winston of their own. Bob doing great work on the payload. Great job contesting it. And he goes uncontested the entire time. Great pause for Hood College there. Mercy gets the res off on Zarya. Winston up in the Howard's face. Good heals here. It looks like just poking from both teams. Genji diving the backline again, but now backing out when Winston dives him. Counter dive is always a hard thing to deal with Genji, especially from a Winston. Doom punches in, gets nothing, punches back out. Winston jetpacks out. Big anti-nade coming from Hood. Junkrat tire coming from Hood as well. Let's see if it gets any picks. Picks the Ana. They're down a healer on Hood on Howard College, but they are down a healer on Hood as that punch gets Mercy. Doom pistol coming out, targeting the Ashe, and Genji finishes up on the Ana. Howard pushing through here. Zarya uses bubble to get a touch and grabs, but it does not look like it'll be enough. Mercy trying her best to contest that payload. Can they get another touch? Monkey Primal, but it is too far from payload to stop it. It looks like Howard's gonna roll through with 2 minutes, 1 second left on the clock for a full push.
Wow, and what momentum that we saw right there. Non-stop, continuous action, move forward, and like you said, that huge comp that they have, diving that Winston to that backline, taking advantage. I mean, it's been the key in this game so far.
Yeah, and their DPS have been very, very coordinated. Doomfist getting great punches off and then getting back to the backline to kind of stay safe and not get too greedy, not get picked in the other team's backline. Genji doing a great job of diving those characters, getting his one-shot combos off and really doing a good job of finishing off those low characters after that Winston dive. Truly fantastic coordination. Let's see if Hood will change up their composition at all. Looks like Hood is going with a Roadhog Winston combination. Zenyatta Moira on support with a Soldier and Widow. Let's see if the Widow can get any picks, especially against this dive comp that they were using. Now Howard changes off the dive comp to a Rein Zarya with a Reaper and Mei as their two DPS players, and sticking with the Ana Mercy for their supports. Reaper and Mei are very in-your-face characters. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with this Widow.
Escort the payload.
Widow taking some shots at Mei. None hit. Hood pretty much uncontested, moving forward through this first corner. Roadhog misses his hook. Ryan is back now. Widow picks the Mercy. That's a huge pick. Wall comes up from Mei. Reinhardt pushes into the other team here. Winston dives Mei. Mei goes down. Reinhardt still in Hood's face. Reaper doing what Reaper does best, picking the tanks apart. Roadhog goes down. Down goes Moira. Soldier, Zen, and Winston remain. It's a 3v3 on payload right now. Winston goes down. Good pick by the Ana and Reaper combination. Zarya still up but discorded. Mercy gets back in time to get the heals off. Zarya now in Soldier's face. Soldier is antied in his healing zone. Great nade from Ana. Missed hook from Roadhog. Fully contested at this corner here. It's a hard corner to push through when the defending team has a great setup. Reinhardt hooked by Roadhog. Get the fire strike off. Closest ultimate coming up is Nano, so Nano Shatter is very, very possible in the nearby future. Widow picks the Mei. Moira Bubble picks the Zarya. Zarya goes down as well. Zenyatta goes down for Hood. Reaper still in Roadhog's face. Death Blossom Nano comes out here, picks the Moira and the Roadhog. Backs off, tries to pick the Widow, keep her from getting any extra picks, because Widow has a high pick chance, with those high damage headshot abilities. It looks like Howard's going to keep that there.
You think that there might be some momentum moving forward, trying to get that card going, and that Nano Death Blossom, like you've said in past streams, so much damage it's so hard to counter that.
For sure, it is a very tough thing to deal with. Axe or Maywall, also locks and locks of shield are the best ways to go about that. Looks like Reaper got picked, but Rez by the Mercy. Coalescence comes out here. Fairly even fight now. Howard pushes back into gas station. Let's get away from that Coalescence. Reaper finally goes down. 3v5. Reinhardt and Zarya up in the front lines here. Looks like all they can do is contest right now as Hood picks them apart a little bit. Zarya is slightly staggered. Looks like Howard will need a regroup before this last touch here and see if they can prevent Hood from getting this first checkpoint. McCree waiting top right for Flashbang Fan the Hammer. Howard pushes through bottom left to get that touch, and Reaper fades in. Reinhardt's now there as well. Sigma ults the Reaper and Reinhardt. Reinhardt goes down, Reaper goes down. Ana gets pinned, Ana goes down. Hood is dominating this fight here. It looks like if things keep going well for Hood, they will get this point. Big shatter from Howard College here. That could be a game changer. Zenyatta goes down. Sigma looking low. Reinhardt looking low.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Nano Ryan fire strikes the Tracer. Tracer goes down. Moira backs out. 20 seconds left for Hood College. Moira gets staggered. McCree in the top left being chased by that Reaper. Howard's in a very good position here to get a hold off. Zenyatta trances to get on point to push this into overtime. No teammates with him. A little earlier on the transcendence there. Zenyatta goes down. McCree rolls in, flashbangs, but misses. Big pin by the Reinhardt. Tracer's in the background, bombs, but does not stick anybody. Reaper goes off, also no kills. Blade comes out from Howard along with a shatter, and that is a team kill. Fantastic defense by Howard there. Howard takes the first game.
And what, Connor, we just saw pure dominance right there by Howard College. We saw the, and then to make change, willing to make some changes. But how about it? Now let's look at this player of the game right now with this defense.
Target selection on that Mercy there, stopping the res. Missing the punch, but immediately going after the next support. You know, great target selection. You know, their DPS were doing this great all game, you know, really focusing down the supports and taking away that main source of healing for their enemy team.
Absolutely. As we come back into the studio, we are so grateful to all our partners that allow us to be here. And honestly, Connor, what did you see in that first map that really showed you what everything was?
You know, I saw lots and lots of coordinated gameplay. You know, that's something that you love to see at high-level Overwatch. You know, seeing characters choosing people not because they like to play them necessarily, but choosing them because they work well together, and then seeing what, you know, all the time and effort and practice that they've put in, you know, that's seeing how it pays off in the long run. You know, being able to dive those characters at the same time, you know, doing really great coordinated team fights. You know, it's something that makes Overwatch such a great game to watch because it's so team oriented.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now we're going to change, and we are going to, let me just make sure I'm correct. We are headed to Kings Row, one of my favorite maps in the game. We want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, Howard comes into this match tonight 1-1 as Hood College. They had a break early, come in at 1-0. This is going to be a fantastic match moving forward. What are you looking to see here at Kings Row?
Now, Kings Row is going to be another very interesting map. It's very different from Route 66. It's more close fight oriented. There's a couple long pathways for Widows, but then there's a couple sections where Widow might be a more difficult choice depending on the player. You know, it'll be a lot more dive or close team fight oriented. So it'll be interesting to see how these two teams change their compositions moving forward from map to map.
Absolutely. And it looks like, I don't think we will have any subs here as we look at the screen. It does not look like it. And again, Hood College will be in the blue. Howard Community College will be in the red as we get ready. Lots of R's in that chat, Connor. We're about ready to have some Overwatch. If you're Hood right now, you have to bounce back and try to win this Kings Row.
You know, talking in that in between matches, you know, Hood's going to have to be coming together, talking about what went right, what went wrong, and what are they going to do moving forward to, you know, make those little changes that will make them successful in this map.
Initiating
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, let's jump in, and it is a winter wonderland in the middle of October. Kings Row, such a beautiful map. I love Overwatch and the way this map is set up. We are 10 seconds away, and let's see what we will get here. I will look at Hood College in the blue. and let's see what composition we're gonna have.
It looks like Howard has a disconnect.
Okay, so we will have a disconnect. So we'll have a pause in the action here. We would assume. Yep, the pause is coming in. So we will come back to the studio as we wait for them to reconnect. Not a big deal. These things happen. I tell you what, Connor, I do have a question for you. How about let's touch on the not just collegiate. Let's talk about Overwatch as a space. Where do you see the game at right now, and where do you think what's going on in the scene?
So, I see a lot of different things happening. A lot of things that weren't meta maybe 2 or 3 months ago, have changed into meta. But meta seems to be kind of all over the place right now, as far as I've seen. There's no more double shield. Goats was taken out with the removal of 3-3. There's a lot of different things that are being tried. A lot of different changes to characters and how they play. It's very, very interesting and almost refreshing, seeing all these new characters becoming, more optimal when you haven't seen them been played for like 2 months at a time. Seeing those new compositions, those new kind of ways to play is really, really a good thing to see moving forward, and it gives us some very interesting team fights.
Absolutely. Do you think we will ever see Overwatch 2 and new characters?
Yes, Overwatch 2 has already been announced, and then the characters coming with it I have not seen yet. But Overwatch 2 looks very, very fun and gives it gives a new type of multiplayer game mode. It also gives a couple new maps that we're looking forward to. It looks fantastic, and I'm very excited to see Overwatch 2 in action.
Well, as we get ready to come out of the pause here, it does look like Hood College is going to go with that Ryan Zarya setup with the Lucio and the Mora in the back line, and we'll bring in the Hanzo. But my favorite character brings out the Tord play. What are you seeing from the Howard side?
Howard, they got the Ryan Zarya, a great brawl tank composition. They got the Doomfist Genji still. It looks like it's their bread and butter with the Moira Lucio. Some fast-paced gameplay. It's looking like they're going to brawl into each other during this map. Reinhardt's flashing at the corner. Reinhardt from Howard dives into the background, but gets punished for it. Team did not go with him. Genji getting some shots off in the background, trying to get Reinhardt to turn around, not focusing him. Torbjorn gets a turret pick. Lucio goes down as well. It looks like Howard's going to have to back out and retreat to try to pick this fight up again. It looks like Genji's finally out, but he's going back in, trying to get some shots off, some ult charge on the Lucio in the background. They're just holding off right now, really making sure they're together. Torb turret goes down here. Genji dives the Hanzo 1v1. Fire strike off, kills the Zarya. Dragons come out to LOS. Howard does not work good enough. Coalescence comes out, turret goes down, Ryan goes down to Hood. Howard is pushing them into the building. Coalescence comes out, but Blade does not come out. Blade was just dash after dash after dash from resets from Genji. Lucio contesting. The best thing Lucio can do right now is just hold that point off and not get picked and staggered. Dash from Genji sets him off, so they'll be down a healer moving forward. It looks like Howard's going to get this point, holding off Hood at the archway. Torbjorn throwing his turret in very aggressively, but they lose the objective and will have to fall back a little bit here and hope to hold them at the archway. Genji, top left, waiting to get some shots down. It looks like he has Blade. Lucio boops him off high ground. Blade Shatter could be a very dangerous combination moving forward. Something that Hood will have to look out for. Beat could save them from it, but Lucio's going to have to stay alive for that. He's playing very, very aggressively right now. Shatter comes out from Howard, and there's that Blade, like I said, and Hood is in a bad location. Counter Shatter, but it could not be taken advantage of. There was too many on Hood taken down first. They lose Shatter, and they lose the team fight. That is very, very unlucky for Hood College. Great plays by Howard.
Absolutely, and you saw from the opening of this map, you saw that they came out Howard straight into that left side. You could tell that they've rehearsed and practiced their gameplay on the King's Row.
That is something, especially because they are changing their compositions to fit the map and fit, attacking and defending. So it's something that they definitely have talked about and thought about in the past. It's great things to see coming out of both these teams. Hood getting the contest right before point 2 is captured. And Reinhardt's in their background. Here comes a grab from Hood. Doesn't pick anyone. Reinhardt goes down too far in the background. Lucio goes down. Wolf Turret goes down. Moira gets picked as well. It looks like Howard is going to take this point from Hood. Genji Doomfist pushing way forward.
Pure, like we said, non-stop. If you're Hood, what are you doing? What are you telling your team right now? What can we do differently?
I would definitely be making some changes. You know, they're dealing with the Doomfist and the Genji or something that's been very difficult for them to deal with. Maybe some characters that counter them would probably be a good start, in my opinion. But you know, it's all based on what these players and athletes can play and can play well. So they're just going to keep doing what they can do, and they're going to move forward and kind of adjust their game plan accordingly. Good hook by the Roadhog right there, as he has a great pick on the Genji. Howard getting pushed back. That Torb ultimate also did a great job of covering the area. Lucio still playing aggressive from Howard, but backing off there, going back to the team. Roadhog just misses the hook. It looks like Howard's going to come in together for another push here. Torb turret on the payload, being frustrating as ever. Turret going down. Grab here, and Meteor Strike from the Doomfist, going to hop right on that point, on that grab. Picks two, picks Brig and Torb here. Reinhardt charges, gets the Lucio, but is picked in the background. Roadhog, Hanzo in the back, pick the Genji. But Howard's moving forward here. There comes the Doomfist falling from the sky. Takes out the Moira. Roadhog last up. Torbjorn coming back out of spawn. Torbjorn goes down. Roadhog goes down. Reinhardt coming out of spawn. Fighting with the Doomfist going down as well. Unlucky, staggering out of spawn. Looks like Brig might get a touch here, but is alone except for Moira. Moira almost knocked off there. Genji comes in to finish the Moira. Roadhog trying to get a touch here. Uses a breather, gets that touch off. Torbjorn gets looped off. Huge shatter from Hood College here. Got 4, but let's see if they can get any kills out of it. Genji finishes off the Roadhog. Reinhardt goes down to Doomfist. Beat drops from Howard. And Meteor Strike as well. It looks like they just could not stay on point there. Howard had full control of that team fight.
And for Howard, Connor, it looked like from the very beginning, they came out of spawn, they said, we're going left. Even when they lost that first push, they came back and said, we're going left. And they went left again and able to pick it up there. And since they took objective, no slowing them down. It felt like they always had the ult advantage. They always had the team fight. Impressive play right here by Howard.
You know, momentum is a big thing in this game, and if you can't stop the momentum, if you keep getting staggered, if you keep losing, you know, ultimate advantage, you know, it's going to be a tough thing to bounce back from. Hopefully this this little intermission between rounds here is enough for Hood to, you know, get a game plan together and really put a stop to this.
And it looks like for Hood, they will bring the Sigma, Reaper, and Soldier out, so a bit of a change there with the Zen and the Mora, and of course that Reinhardt trying to lead the charge. Let's see what they try to do here. What's Howard gonna try to do?
Howard has an interesting combination. They have a nice little double shield with a Bastion. That is always something to look out for. You know, they have the Mercy for the damage boost here. Bastion setting up on the high ground. They have a Sim setting down turrets, and possible teleport locations can come out of this as well. This is a great Bastion comp they're working with here. It also looks like they have a Baptiste for Lamp sitting in the background in a safe location. That is going to be a very hard composition to play against. I wonder how Hood will take it moving forward. Hood now finding the team. Moira damage boost in. Looks like they're poking now. Sigma and Reinhardt shield, you know, using those to clear into Hotel. Reinhardt misses his fire strike. It looks like they're going to teleport here. They're teleporting onto Statue. Great play to watch there. Misses his, Orisa misses the shield there, but it's a great teleport location to get that high ground. Reset, they're split as of right now. Zenyatta goes down. Bastion doing lots of damage here. It looks like 3 of Hood's players are stuck in Hotel with the rest coming back from spawn. Sam gets down another teleporter, but changes her mind. Bastion getting some big damage in. Junkrat getting some good AoE damage on that little bunker up there. Teleport coming out now. Bastion teleports on top of Statue. It's a great play here. Symmetra picks 2. Hood is now pushed past objective into Archway, coming back from Howard's spawn. It's an interesting location to be stuck at. Symmetra right in the Reinhardt's face there, playing that front corner. Bastion still sitting up on top of tower, getting picked coming back from spawn, staggering the Zen and the Junkrat. Ults on top of point. This is not a good situation. Hood's in here. Reinhardt pushing in alone currently. Sigma and Moira off to the side gets charged by the Reinhardt. They are very all over the place right now. It looks like Hood's actually taking objective here. It looks like they got a touch with that Mercy, playing very aggressively over the point, not behind shield. Hopefully that Mercy can keep her movement up. Soldier ults, which will push Mercy off the point. Hood takes a tick here. Looks like a teleport not being used. They're dropping down from the inside, going to the top row. Almost, they got 2 points there. Let's see if they can get the third, 2.5. Reinhardt finally jumps down. Sigma tries to ult them off point. Gets some big kills there, but that Bastion in that window is very, very dangerous with his self-heal and his big damage. Soldier being left in the background right now, being staggered off currently. Good touch there, good 2-point control. You know, all they need is another point in the next minute 15 seconds, and they can progress to the second checkpoint and start pushing that payload. They move on top of the statue again. Another great area for that Bastion to be. Bastion gets picked. Mercy looking like she's going to come in and res here. Hopefully she doesn't get picked as well. That could be very dangerous for Howard. Gets the res off, but here comes a Junkrat ultimate coming from backside. Let's see if he can get any picks with it. Orisa goes down, one of the tanks goes down, but Baptiste stays up from Immortality Shield. Looks like it's going to be a 6v5 for the last 44 seconds. Hicks the Sigma and Junkrat though. It's looking even. Bastion pops down from statue and ults. Rocket jumps. Good tech there, trying to get over that Reinhardt shield, get some good damage in. Discorded. Being pushed back here, but it looks like they're being very aggressive. They're going to have to deal with those sim turrets. Bastion in the top under Archway again. Looks like he set up in turret mode. Raining fire down from above. Mercy uses her ultimate. Shatter comes out from Howard's Reinhardt and gets a massive shatter. Zenyatta ults here to get some location on the point here. Big fire strike coming out of Reinhardt here, and it looks like they're just going to push through. Howard doing a great job of holding that point.
Wow, and one of the things, Connor, we're gonna, before we get into it, we're gonna pause for a second. We're gonna watch this play of the game, and it's the Reinhardt. Connor, walk us through this.
Reinhardt playing very aggressive forward, looking for the lack of the shield, but sees the other Reinhardt be bumped in the air, knows it's their opportunity to get a massive shatter out, and absolutely pushes forward with the rest of their team. That was a fantastic play, good heads up, you know, watching ultimates, making sure the shield was down, and just that free path to a shatter. That was a great heads up play.
Wow, as we come back to our beautiful faces, Connor, what a amazing play by Howard so far, and that Reinhardt obviously huge. But Connor, to walk me through the strat a little bit, because as much as I've played Overwatch, I've never seen a team take that top right corner and then teleport to top of statue. It's something I haven't seen. It's an impressive play. What are you looking at the strat there?
So that is something that I've seen a couple times. Either I saw it once in Overwatch League, you know, but a lot of teams try it. It's a very flashy move, but being on top of that statue gives you so much real estate when in terms of, you know, what you can see of, you know, the defending objective. You have the high ground, you have a lot of area where you can just kind of hold that area. So with the Reinhardt shield, you know, if Orisa can place her shield properly, you know, you have a lot of, you know, safe spaces for that Bastion to just sit up there and do damage, which is something that is very hard for a team to deal with if they can't get a hack off, if they can't get enough damage off, if they can't get the Mercy off the Bastion. So a lot of things that are in the defending team's favor there, especially if they can't get through those shields and get to that Bastion. The Bastion is definitely the key player when it comes to that strat there, because of just how much damage and control he has.
Absolutely. And for Howard Community College, it looks like they will take the sub. Now, they have won this match, ladies and gentlemen, but one of the things we do want to remind you here at Overwatch in the NECC, we play all 3 games because those map wins can go towards playoff seedings in the future. And it looks like they're going to go ahead, Howard is going to go ahead and make a sub with this game in hand, already won for this 3rd map, going to put a sub in. The strategy there maybe just to get a younger player some time in the game with the starting roster.
Very, very possible here, you know, spreading the time between players, you know, working on new comps and letting everybody kind of get a turn, you know, hone their skills a little bit. You know, this 3rd game still matters, you know, it has a chance to affect their playoff positioning, but it's always good to see teams getting all their players in, you know, whenever they have the chance.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move down to Oasis, I look at Hood College, and it looks like they will go with the Ryan and the Sigma. They will bring out the Hanzo and the Ash with the Mercy. Going to look for maybe a Mercy pocket on that Ash, and they bring the Mora out. What are you seeing on the Howard side?
It looks like, you know, they have their Doomfist. They have Reaper instead of Genji this time. They have the Winston and Zarya as their tank combination. So it's a very interesting brawl dive comp. You know, Moira will be able to get up in faces, fade in, and kind of dive with the Doomfist and Winston, whereas the Zarya and Reaper can just hang on point and do great brawl damage.
Absolutely, and it looks like for Howard that is Nile on that Reaper will be that new player into the match right now. Connor, take it away.
Unlucky pick. Hanzo headshots Nile just as he comes around that corner. No shield tank is a hard thing to play with. Mercy goes down. Cozy gets that pick. Hanzo goes down as well. Winston diving in but gets rocked by Sigma. Doomfist also dives in but gets picked by Ash. Cozy just couldn't finish that off there. Ash gets finished by the Winston jetpack. Moira, Winston dive in, stagger the Sigma. Hood's gonna have to back off here and wait for their Sigma to come back from spawn with Ash. Howard, full control of point here. Doomfist back as well. Hanzo taking some pot shots, getting some arrows in to kind of see the composition of the team, where they're standing. Damage boosted Ash, like you said earlier. Dangerous to watch out for those headshots. You know, she can be a very, very dangerous character to play against. Doomfist misses his punch, but punches out. Bob's coming in now from Ash. Let's see how they deal with it. Reaper making an attempt to get some good damage down on it, but it would not be a job of kind of controlling that area. Gets slept by the Ana at the very end. Doomfist pushes forward and then ults. Howard really pushing through Hood right now. Doomfist playing very aggressive right next to the spawn doors. Ash gets staggered at the end. Reinhardt Sigma coming back from spawn.
Ladies and
Howard
gentlemen, we do have a bit of a technical issue on the gameplay side, but Connor will continue to walk through it as Howard has 72% of this map clear, now at 75. Connor, go ahead and tell the people what they're seeing.
Hood is pushing through inside point, inside the doorway right now onto point. Hanzo flanking the side but gets dove by the Winston, and Doom gets picked out. Sigma ults but gets no one. Moira coalesces from Howard, pushes forward. Roadhog, and it is an absolute team fight. Nano boosted. Moira there. Howard really taking control of this fight. Reinhardt gets a pin on the Genji, but does not matter. Cozy and Ana take over, and that's 100% secured for Howard for that first round. Something that they might not be as comfortable with, you know, playing with some new strategies, some new composition, something they haven't quite tried before. You know, that might be a good time to do it. You know, it's now or never.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we should have that action back for you now, ladies and gentlemen. But we have the same setup on the other side. Looks like Nile will switch to the Genji instead of that Reaper, as there's a couple changes on that Howard side.
No Doomfist on Howard. Looks like McCree and Genji will be the 2 players there for DPS. Hood taking over point with Winston diving their backline. Reinhardt dives to his own backline to get back to the team, but down goes Mercy when his shield goes down. Good pick by McCree there. Winston still in the backline, gets a pick on the Hanzo. McCree playing very, very aggressive to get the pick on the Ashe. Reinhardt being separated from his team now. It looks like Howard's going to take over there. Mercy comes back from spawn just to get flashbang and killed by Hook. Hood's going to have to regroup here. Looks like the Sigma's coming out instead of the Rhine here. Pushing forward with Sigma Zarya. McCree changing. Tracer. Genji hit with dynamite. Low health. Sigma misses his rock, but Ashe goes down. Down goes Howard's Moira. Anti-nade on Hood's Ana. Sigma alone on point here. Getting dove by the rest of the Howard team. Howard, dominant play here. Hood's gonna have to try something new here to push forward and really take this point. Genji in the top right, taking some pop shots over at the Ashe. Healed up by his own Ana. Moira fades out of dynamite. Tracer in their backline now. It looks like Howard's Tracer's causing some trouble in the background. Moira damage wall gets the Reaper. Reaper gets res. Ashe goes down. Genji goes down on Howard. Zarya takes 2, gets the Roadhog as well. Here comes Moira Coalescence here. Does a good job of not waking that Reaper. Reaper does get woken up eventually though. Tracer takes down Sigma. Primal out of Winston takes down the Reaper as well. Gets Reaper Zarya. Bob coming in from Ashe to contest that point, bring it into overtime. 99, great heads up play there by Ashe. Ashe goes down from the Winston. Let's see if Mercy can get in there. Tries healing the Bob, but it's not enough. Blade comes out from Nile. Ball now on point from Hood. Slams the support and gets taken out. Genji, Nile doing some good work on the enemy team. Getting another kill, killing the hamster and killing Ana. Tracer gets bomb stuck on Sigma. Reaper goes down from Diva. Looks like Howard is going to take that game as well. Great work from the Howard team. You know, really dominant gameplay moving forward.
Wow, extremely, extremely impressive. Now let's take a look at our Helix Esports play of the game here. Polito with the Mora. Let's see it.
It starts with Coalescence here. Keeps her, starts picking support. Damage Moira. Survives the pin from Reinhardt and then is just damaging all the way through there. No healing in sight.
Absolutely. And Connor, I don't know if you are in that Challenger division. I think that Howard Community College just stood up and said, hey, everybody, look at me. I've got something to say. That was impressive.
That was a fantastic set of games out of Howard, for sure.
Absolutely. And we are going to have another match for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for that. We will bring that to you in just a little bit. I mean, Connor, all we can say is the domination. There's not much else we can say. Is there anything that you saw from Hood that they can maybe take and work on here?
You know, the only thing I would really say that stands true would be, you know, seeing your enemy's composition and having something to, you know, to play against it. You know, if you have characters that are really giving you a hard time, like you're having trouble with the dives from, you know, the Genji and the Doomfist, you know, maybe having some somber hacks in there. Those are always make Doomfist pretty much relevant if you can get a good hack off, and then kind of being coordinated for taking out those problem characters for you and making your other team have to make a change to really push through you.
Absolutely. And let me just check my information to make sure it is correct, ladies and gentlemen. So Howard Community College will move to 2-1 on the season. Hood will move to 1-1 as well. And what an impressive play. I tell you what, I am looking forward to. I tell you what, Connor, it is impressive to see what the NECC is doing here with this league. Everything seems at this point to be running pretty smoothly.
Yeah, everything's running smooth. You know, lots of good teams here, good games all the way around. You know, it's great to see what's going to come in the future.
Absolutely. The hope would be more teams and more fun at a higher level. So we're very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us right now in game one. We will have another match for you T-minus about 45 minutes, 50 minutes away from that second featured game of the evening. You're going to want to stick around for that. We want to say thank you to our partners. Thank you to our friends at Helix Esports for all they do. Obviously, our linear TV partner, our friends at ESTV, now available on Samsung TV Plus and the Roku channel, bringing you esports action from around the world 24/7. And of course, our newest partner, our friends at HyperX, some of the best gear in gaming now comes to the NECC. So many exciting things happening over here for our commissioner, Jacob Van Ryan, for our director of esports, Caleb Glooby. Connor, I can't wait to see you in game 2, man.
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
Gonna be great. Guys, for Connor Breeze, for my main man 3, our executive producer this evening in the studio, my name is Jaron Bell. I hope you had a fantastic evening. We have more Overwatch coming for you 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am looking forward to seeing you then. Until next time, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and this is the NECC, and college esports lives here. We'll see you guys in just a little bit. Have a good night.
There ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Didn't even get to cross. I said I'm moving too far. Get to glass. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't. Shining like it's neon. Rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate. shoot, 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 yeah, shoot, shoot, yeah, shoot, 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 yeah, shoot, shots.
Didn't even get to cross.
I said I'm moving too far. Get to glass.
The world has been broke down. The world is just announced. Final time is now. The final time to go. But I will not get down. For you can't force me now. Awakening is clear. I could show you how. I could show you how to fight them. I could show you how to defeat them now.
back to you until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Until you find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home. I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Take me away from home. Show me all the places I've never known. And we'll chase the night. Race all of these broken dreams in flight. And we'll fly. I will fly. Up here, we're free, bound only by frozen memories, lost in time, racing all these broken dreams tonight, and we'll fly.
to you. The desert lonely nights won't break me, but I'll stand by you. It could take a billion days, but I see it through. I climb the highest mountains, baby, just to be with you.
I feel like I fought all my life for this. This one part, this 1/3 I've always missed. No, just don't let it go. I started the fight, but now I'm losing. So will I fall again? I'm scared of heights, yet it was me who ran away.
Are you ready to be heard? Learn music production online at the Los Angeles Recording School, a division of the Los Angeles Film School. Learn how to mold your music into a career while protecting and promoting your songs. Our program is delivered 100% online, giving you schedule flexibility.
Oh, I can't forget myself. The peace that I'm missing, it kills me inside. I need help, oh please give me back. This one part, this 1/3, I'm sorry I lost it.
No, I let my weapons fall. I'm drowning in the fears, and now I know that I will fall again and let it go, but I can't stop to love. To love away.
like you were already mine. Surreal to me, how you make me feel wild and calm at the same time. Never felt so alive. Thought I was crazy until I reached out and saw your hand there waiting for mine, like the stars had all aligned. I lay beside today, tonight, your vibe, desire, our eyes on fire. And I breathe your aura, can I leave your aura? You have me like gravity. You don't have to try it, it's just like a magnet. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You have me like gravity. You just like it's like it's just like a magnet. passion, that you're my obsession. You're pulsing through me. The blood is rushing and I am trusting you'll come save me. My knees are feeling weak. Your body's close to me. I want you to come. Won't you come and rescue me? My knees are feeling weak. Your body's close to me. I want you to come rescue me. So I said, no, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed, I know, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling. No, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you die to me? I killed, I know, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling.
Wait a minute!
said, no, 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 it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you that to me? I killed alone, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling. No, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you that to me? I killed alone, 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling.
Traveling mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we couldn't hide, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club. I remember the ocean, memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We sat down by the fire, knowing we couldn't hide, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the NECC. It is Overwatch Wednesday here live. And of course, like you saw in the beginning, I had to keep this long sleeve shirt on because winter is coming, like they say, because my man Connor Breeze is in the building. Connor, what's up, my man?
Not much, ready for another exciting game of Overwatch tonight.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing game 2 here in week 4 of Overwatch, the NECC, as Becker College comes into tonight's match facing off against Hocking College. It is going to be a fantastic matchup, and we're going to start at Route 66 again. Becker comes into this match at 2-1 on the season, and Connor, Hocking comes in here 0-3 with an 0-9 map record, so you know that they're trying to bounce back here in this game tonight.
For sure, there's a lot of things, that they can work on in between matches. So, one team could get absolutely rolled one week and then come back firing off on all cylinders and be able to come and push through everything they need to do and absolutely take back momentum moving forward in their season.
Absolutely. And speaking of momentum, we want to remind you that 5 days a week here live at the NECC, you can see collegiate esport action at the highest level on Monday nights. Join myself for Madden with some special guests. On Tuesday nights, myself and Voltage Plays has Valorant. Of course, Overwatch Wednesdays with my main man, Connor Breeze, that's below me right there. And then Thursday nights, we have League of Legends comes to the NECC, and we always wrap it up every single Friday night. We put the race cars on the track, call it the pitch if you want. We drop the ball, and we play Rocket League on Friday Night Live here at the NECC. Make sure you follow us on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at NECC Games, and that's where you got to keep up with the action. It's going to be fantastic. Connor, what are people going to want to see for those novice people that might be one of the great things about the NECC is these are college teams. So we might have alumni, we might have parents that aren't familiar with esports as much. Here in Overwatch, what are they going to be seeing tonight in tonight's gameplay?
Overwatch is a very team-oriented game, just like any other sport. Basically these two teams have to come together and work together with different compositions, different play styles, and they got to work together to achieve their goals, whether it's taking control of an objective point or just moving forward with an objective payload. There's a lot of things that you're going to see there, different locations, different ultimates, lots of explosions on your screen. There's going to be a lot going on, especially in this game, so you're going to have a lot to look forward to, and I will do my best to commentate it all for you.
Absolutely. He does a fantastic job. And we want to remind you that tonight's action is brought to you by our partners. Thank you to our linear TV partner, ESTV. You might be watching a re-air right now on ESTV, or we want to remind you that ESTV is available on Samsung TV Plus and the Roku channel, bringing you esports action from around the world 24/7 on their platform. And of course, our friends at Helix Esports for all that they do. And we just announced, Connor, we could not be more excited. HyperX, one of the fastest growing, biggest, fantastic brands in esports, has now joined the NECC family. It is a fun time to be in college esports right now.
For sure. Big things are happening all over the place right now.
Absolutely. And guys, we are 7 seconds away. We are going to see, Connor, I did not get the color of which team is which. I apologize. Our producer Caleb will let us know.
I have it. Hocking is in blue and Becker in red.
So for Hocking, as I'm looking, it's going to be the Ryan Zarya setup. They will bring that Ana and the Mercy out. And hey, for the second time in a row, we see the Doomfist and the Hanzo on that blue side. Connor, what are you seeing over there?
It looks like they got a bit of a dive composition out of Becker tonight. Winston, Diva is always a classic combination. Hanzo and Sombra for the DPS, going to have to watch out for those backline hacks there. And then Ana, Lucio for the supports. A very kind of all over the place dive composition there, but I think it'll work well if they play together.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, week 4 of Overwatch in the NECC is now officially underway. Connor Breeze, take it away.
Becker coming out hot today, just pressuring at the corner. Winston diving onto the Doomfist in the top left tunnel there. just kind of poking around that corner. Their goal is to get the payload around that first corner before they start taking any major space. Doomfist punches in and then backs out. Winston dives on the Reinhardt. Reinhardt goes down from D.Va. Big team fight here. It looks like Doomfist is hacked on the top left, goes down by D.Va again. Hanzo running from Genji right now, trying to get a shot off. Gets dove by the Winston. Winston dives are being very, very, very effective here tonight. D.Va picking up all the slack behind him, diving right with the Winston. The amount of team play going on here is fantastic tonight. Very, very coordinated attack coming out of Becker. It looks like Becker is staying with the payload. Anna's taking high ground here. Lucio kind of just playing around the point. We have Sombra in the back line with Hawking. Hawking's Winston dives onto Becker. Snorty gets a big pick on the Genji. And it looks like Hawking is pushing back, able to get that touch 4.57 meters away from that first checkpoint. It looks like Becker is going to back out and regroup for this next push after losing the Genji. Moving forward here, quick pokes, missiles coming out of D.Va here, and just some quick poking. Sombra still in the background looking for those hacks, waiting for her team to call a target so she can get the hack off. Slept by the Ana in the background. Great support play, knowing that the hack was coming, able to get that sleep off. Great mechanical play there. It looks like they're diving in now. Huge EMP coming out. Hawking pushing forward. It looks like Zarya goes down, so does Reaper. Becker having a very, very strong play here. It looks like it is evenly matched so far. Lucio fighting the Winston, looking like they're going to back out. D.Va demech. Ana still playing that high ground. You know, getting that anti off on the Winston. Winston backing out. Lucio still being a nuisance on payload, though. D.Va's finally back in mech. Winston primals, but now Becker is back with their own Winston to kind of combat that. Winston primaling has a lot of health, so that's a hard thing to deal with. It looks like Snorty tried to get off the high noon, but could not get it off. Genji with the reflect. Very dangerous going against a Genji with high noon. Bomb coming out from D.Va from Becker, and nanoed Genji coming out as well here. Dives in, doesn't use blade, goes in, and they just clean up there. Great play by Becker.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to Overwatch, we want to remind you of the gameplay. As you can see in the center top of your screen, you can see that timeline. Each small tick along that timeline is an objective. When they hit that mark, it will give them more time to finally make their way down to that final golden tick, which is the end of the objective. Connor, a lot of movement here right now for Becker College.
Some very, very coordinated gameplay coming out of Becker here. It's always great to see Overwatch teams have this level of coordination when moving forward. Looks like Hawking has a blade coming towards them and dove by the Winston. Great timing there by Becker. They are all over Hawking. Nanoed Reaper coming out too, but he is hacked. He cannot get Death Blossom off in time. Backs off, does not die. Winston jetpacking out from Becker as well. Hawking is now EMP'd. No ultimates or any other abilities can be used by them. It looks like Mercy sitting on the high ground, keeping heals on Zarya. Zarya using personal bubble, but in a bad way here. Becker all over her. And then Mercy goes down as well. Another team fight won by Becker College. Hawking not looking in the greatest position right now. They'll need to bring it back together, maybe make some changes in the back line, and you know, really bring it back to save this last point. 3 minutes 52 seconds left on the clock to get this final push for Becker.
And as we hit this final checkpoint to take this last stretch, you said make some changes. Connor, what do you think they could do to maybe combat all this pressure from Becker right now?
You know, they could start using some characters that really combat the Winston. They're kind of trying to dive against dive, and counter dive works if you can, you know, out mechanic the other team, or if you can outplay together, get the damage out, get those supports down. So it's a combination of switching, you know, who your priorities are and just kind of working together. Huge high noon from Snorty, but it was not enough. It seems like the fight's all over the place now. Both teams very split from each other. It looks like Hawking supports both go down in the background to the Winston. Becker still pushing forward very assertively here. It looks like no changes have been made here. Brig being used as the support now for Hawking. Becker moving together to the top left with Moira pushing payload. Damage orb goes out. Winston dives onto Becker. bubbled out. Here comes Bomb and EMP from Becker. Good try with that shield, but it is an absolute nightmare right now. 2 go down to the Bomb. Winston cleans up the rest. That's a team kill. It'll be very, very difficult, if even possible, to get a touch here.
This will heal you.
And there it is. There is round 1 complete, going to Becker College.
Absolutely, and a ton of momentum as they push forward there. What a fantastic play. And like you said, just trying to make those counters dive on dive. Man, just a sheer aggressive gameplay as we will switch sides. Connor, what are you looking to see for Hawking here as we switch sides on the...
Well, to switch sides, you know, there's a lot of things they got to deal with. They got to understand that that EMP is coming, and is coming with another ultimate that is very dangerous, either Bomb or something else like Blade. You know, there's a lot of things that can go wrong there when you get EMP'd, so kind of being prepared for it. I saw a good sleep earlier from the Ana, but, you know, that's a tough character to deal with, and maybe having some, you know, different ranges, maybe not being all grouped up. Depends on their play style and what they're looking to do, but it looks like they're keeping the McCree, but the McCree has to be really, really, really focused to find that Sombra, get those flashbangs off, prevent those ultimates from being used, and prevent those hacks from going off on their backline.
And for Becker College, it looks like they will stay with that dive setup with the Winston and the Diva, and bring in the I'll just tell you right now, Connor, I love a Reaper and a Sombra. I love that gameplay.
You know, Death Blossom EMP is such a dangerous ult combination. You know, it's something that's very hard to deal with. You know, if you can't use your shields, you can't use your abilities, and you can't use any of your movement abilities, you know, not being able to get away from that dangerous combination, you know, that can be a team wipe very, very quickly if you're not careful. It looks like Ryan Zarya is being used now by Hawking, pushing forward with that shield, staying as one. McCree looking for that Sombra in the background, keeping an eye out behind them. Separating from the Ana. The Ana looks like it's going to get some shots off on her. McCree doing a good job of getting that flashbang off very quickly. Diva Winston diving their front line. People are falling behind Reinhardt. Reinhardt being slightly no longer in the front, more in the middle of his team. Finally pushing back to the front. Winston taking high ground, getting some nice cleave damage off there. Flashbang by the McCree, but now they can pick the Reaper. Brig goes down 1 for 1. Reaper's on Sombra. Sombra gets out, TPs, and goes invisible again. It looks like Diva has been demeched by the Reinhardt. Hawking making a very solid push forward here. It looks like Baby Diva is hiding behind the side, trying not to get picked, but Ana is on top of it, making sure to get that pick. You know, supports getting those kills are very important in the background. You know, letting the rest of their team do their thing. As long as they're getting their good heals off, those are always a good thing to see your supports doing. Becker now taking high ground, now diving in onto the McCree. McCree gets flashbang off, but it's not enough. Sombra's up top on gas station, getting those hacks off. Reaper takes down Becker's Winston. Here comes huge shatter. Reinhardt goes down, but so does Reaper from Becker. It's a 3v3 now, big anti-nade, and Reaper pushing forward, doing things Reaper do best, taking big chunks out of that Diva's health bar. You know, Lucio slept, and now Zarya is having to be pushed back by Becker. Becker's also pulling back together now, and they have more teammates there. Brig ults from Hawking, pushes forward. Primal also happens, keeping Reinhardt away from the fight. Here comes EMP, lots of ults being used here. There's Bomb again, takes out the McCree, pushes forward. This is a very even fight right now, lots of ultimates used, but Becker takes advantage here, but Reaper brings it back with his Death Blossom. Still even. Brig Reaper onto the Moira Diva. Some shots taken off now. Lucio back into the fight, and Sombra hacks the Reaper. Reaper can't fade it out and takes him out. They'll have to regroup for this next push here. Diva is still being very aggressive on this Reinhardt, keeping him out of tunnel, preventing him from pushing all the way up. Team's coming back from spawn as we speak.
What a fight right there on cart. Multiple swings. This is exactly the kind of action we love and we expect here at the NECC. Connor, what an amazing gameplay so far.
You know, it's a great use of ultimates, but Becker still has ultimate advantage here. It looks like Beaver just dropped, and here comes Death Blossom as well. Death Blossom takes 2, and the rest are going down with it. Healers go down. Baptiste was last to get finished off by Diva Melee. You know, Becker is doing a great job of holding this corner. You know, coordinating their ultimates. It does look like Hawking's going to have a chance to get a grab shatter off here, and possibly even a high noon and nano. They do have ultimate advantage moving up, although Becker has an EMP at 87%. If the EMP can get off, that can turn the team fight right around no matter what ultimates are being used. Pushing it and now staying in the top left portion. Winston dives. McCree goes down and Sombra goes down. No EMP for Becker here. Nanoed Ryan moving forward. No shields for him to deal with. It looks like Hawking is pushing forward, not needing to use the ultimates. Baptiste being focused down by D.Va, but D.Va couldn't finish him off, gets DMX'd. Moira fades in, but also gets taken out very quickly. It looks like Sombra is all that's left, but she has her EMP sitting on gas station. They might have enough time to get that touch in if Winston can get there. It depends what they're going to look to do here. It looks like they might get here in time to get that EMP off and start the dive a little early. Here comes the EMP. EMP goes off. And here comes the primal, but here comes the counter shatter. But bomb and EMP is so dangerous. Takes out both supports on Hawking. Reinhardt bullied into the wall. Becker, quick team kill there. And that is round 2. That is a Becker victory for map 1.
Wow. And what a play. Let's take a second and let's look at this play of the game right here. And it is the Sombra. You've got to think it's that massive EMP, Connor.
You know, Sombra's been doing a great job getting those EMPs off. That was the last play of the game right there. You know, getting the kills off, you know, taking down that McCree, having the rest of the team come in and really capitalize on that big bomb and EMP combo. You know, that's some great teamwork, staying alive, not getting picked early, you know, doing all the little things you got to do as a Sombra player to, you know, move forward and get those team fights won for your team.
And absolutely Connor, one of the things that I think we cannot pass over right now, you have to know how important communication is in Overwatch, because you know for a fact, I know that you know, that Sombra sat on top of that building, on top of gas station, and she told them, guys, as soon as you come out, I'm going to drop my EMP. We drop bomb because we had EMP bomb, and team fight win. It wins the map. Becker College takes a 1-0 advantage. Impressive play right now by Becker.
Becker is doing a great job of communicating. Like you said, you know, lots of team fights are being called by the main tanks, I would assume, or whoever their shot caller is on that team. And, you know, they're making sure they're coordinating their ultimates. They're not wasting things. They're not shattering when they're down. They're not doing all the little things. Like, it would have been very easy for a less experienced Sombra player just to say, hey, you know, we're losing this team fight, I'll EMP right away. And then, you know, if they did that, that could have lost them the game, lost them the team fight, and they wouldn't have been able to bring it back. So it's a nice thing to have that patience and have that trust in the rest of your teammates that you're going to work together and coordinate everything to win these fights rather than just kind of trying to be the hero.
And it looks like, Connor, it looks like we might have a sub here for Becker College. It looks like Cyber Doodle will come into the game. Am I correct? Is that a sub? Because that's the greatest name I've ever heard.
It does look like that was the sub.
Cyberdoodle. Cyberdoodle. Sounds like a generic brand of ramen noodles, but it looks tasty and it's going to be a good time. Guys, we're getting ready to shift focus as we go to Kings Row. We take the fight downtown. This is going to be fantastic. I see lots of R's in the chat. We want to remind you to stay tuned tomorrow night here at the NECC. You will see League of Legends. It is going to be fantastic. Now, one of the things, Connor, this map right here, so close quartered, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. This is going to be a fun map to watch.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of different places you can go on this map, especially on this first point. There's 3 or 4 bits of high ground that you can start getting good advantage poking over. There's the bridge that oversees the point directly. There's statue. There's the back left on top of the rooftops back here. That you can see, you know, lots of sniper angles for those, but you also have a lot of close quarters angles. You know, that first gap between those 2 pillars there by the bus. They also have hotel that they can start trying to push through, and then immediately after that first objective is secured, there's that archway that the attacking team has to push through. So there's a lot of close quarters fighting as well. So it'll be interesting to see how these 2 teams play in this situation versus the last map they were playing with that was so open-ended.
Absolutely. And to go on defense, it looks like Hawking College is going to come with the Rhine Hog and keep that Ana and the Mora and bring out the Hanzo and my favorite character, the Jolly Man himself, Torbjorn on attack. What are you seeing from or for defense? What are you seeing from the attackers?
From the attackers, I see a Widow trying to get those early picks there, sitting up top. That's or dropping down now, but is always an interesting thing to see. You know, Widow up top trying to get some sight lines. Switch immediately to the Sombra, going back to those hacks. It looks like a Diva Ryan combo. You know, eat those shots, eat those fire strikes. You know, those damage orbs as well. You know, Diva's a great pick for those things, and it looks like they're trying to keep with that EMP bomb mentality that's working so well for them. It also looks like they got the Lucio Moira, which is a great healer combination. Reinhardt goes down early to the Torbjorn, and they lose Sombra as well. Very dangerous thing to deal with. That turret is going to be a hard thing for that Sombra to deal with there, picking up those auto aims on Sombra if it's not focusing anyone else at that time. Becker still was in that fight for the time being. Baby Diva gets staggered slightly back by that Torb turret. Torbjorn doing work this game. Sombra trying to farm that EMP up as we speak, while the rest of the team backs out and regroups.
And what impressive defensive play right there by Hawking. Now, but you have to know, Becker College has done so well at regrouping and team fights. Let's see if they try to push left at Hotel, or they try to go straight up down main to go on that point. Let's see what they do, Connor.
It looks like Sombra's calling out that Ana up top there, maybe seeing if they can get a Diva dive or anything like that. Sombra jumps down, hacks the Reinhardt. That's a huge person to hack. Diva anti, but not for long. Pushing through. Reinhardt slightly separated from team, but gets off a big shatter and a pin. You know, huge work there. Reaper goes down now. Becker taking over. Molten Core coming out from Tor, but Diva Bomb coming out with the huge plays coming out.
Wow.
Diva right there. Both supports go down, and that is a team fight one if I've ever seen it. Great placement with that Diva Bomb.
And how about it, Connor, sending the Diva right up under the arch and just smoke City. Holy moly, Connor.
That was just about the best place that Diva Bomb could have been played. Now they're aggressing forward. Becker pushing Hawking back further into spawn, being very aggressive. Here comes Coalescence, countered by Dragons. Here comes Shatter. The Shatter is massive, and they are just steamrolling at this point, keeping all the momentum in their favor, having one character pushing the payload in the background. That Lucio, you know, doing his thing, relaxing back there, while the rest of his team is just absolutely pushing to spawn. Reinhardt might even be getting a little too aggressive here, pushing all the way around the corner past that second objective by a good chunk of distance. Getting those fire strikes in, and now finally backing off, trying to get some extra speed on this payload, while Hawking is returning.
And Connor, I don't necessarily understand the use of the Dragons there. Maybe are you just trying to slow down their momentum at that point?
It looked like it was supposed to be a separation play. It wasn't necessarily to get any big picks off. It did look like it was supposed to slow down that push, but it just wasn't timed right and just didn't work out the way it worked out in Hanzo's head. So it's just an unlucky use. But here comes Beyblade, the EMP, and the Reaper ult coming out. Roadhog jumps off to avoid giving them any extra ult charge, and Becker pushing forward again. Reaper going all the way back to the spawn doors to prevent the last two from getting out, and now Hawking is severely staggered moving forward. It looks like Becker got that second point with 4.5 minutes to get this last point. They are holding spawn doors as we speak. Sombra going left side, looks like she's going to hack that Moira, preventing her from fading out. Big pick by the Sombra there, being able to win that 1v1 against that Moira. Torbjorn's coming out with his ultimate. Not sure quite what happened there. The Reinhardt heading into the room. Diva Bomb misses. Torbjorn picks up the Reinhardt kill. Reinhardt goes down on Hawking. Torbjorn duking it out with the Reaper. Reaper finally backing out. Sombra retreating back right to the health pack. And Hawking's going to retake this point and push forward. Sombra teleporting out, and it looks like Becker is going to regroup here. Reinhardt's already back in the fight. They're pushing forward already, holding in that left room real quick, making sure they're all together and ready to go. Again, that great communication there. It looks like they have a Baptiste now on Hawking, and he was taking the high ground here, getting some good deals off. There's that Dragons again to separate the team. Some good AoE, but they are capitalizing there, taking care of that Reaper, demeching the Diva, and getting the Reinhardt causing Becker to back out of that team fight, having to regroup again. Great comeback here by Hawking, holding this point. They've held it for about a minute and a half from last point. Now 3 minutes left on the clock. Let's see what happens moving forward.
And Connor, you would think that that is exactly what they were looking for with that Dragon, to separate the team, get those early picks, win. Let's see how Becker, as they go left, let's see how they regroup here.
You know, holding that left corner again, playing safe. Hanzo now taking the high ground, trying to get some shots off on that D.Va. You know, doing great work. There's that Sonic Arrow again, just a little long. Here comes that EMP and a shatter, it looks like. Teams go down. Reinhardt goes down on Hawking. Here comes that Torb ultimate to try to get some space and kind of save their team a little bit, slow them down. It's not enough. Reaper still pushing forward. Moira goes down on Becker though. They lose both supports. This is a hard team fight to win. It looks like they're most likely going to back out. And yes, they do. After losing both supports, that is a tough time to try to win a team fight. You know, if you lose your supports, you know, you have no backbone of your team at that point, and you'll really either be basically wasting your life and giving the other team some free ult charge there. So it's a smart play, backing out when you lose your supports in 6v4. It looks like Moira flanking around, trying to get some quick damage in on that Sombra, but Sombra just quickly teleports away, sets down her teleporter again, and flanks around to the background, looking like she's going to try to get a pick on that Moira again. Here comes the hack on the Moira. Moira fighting with that Sombra. Sombra teleports out again, making sure that's nice, safe play. It's Reaper teleporting over to the Baptiste, getting him off the high ground. Reaper, Death Blossom, takes out the Baptiste, but loses to the Hanzo. Hawking, big shatter and good pin. Coalescence comes out as well, saving the Reinhardt's life by Becker. Becker now pushing forward very aggressively here. They take out both tanks and the Torbjorn. Torbjorn turret goes down. Window pops from Baptiste by himself in the left corner. Hanzo in the top right, pushing down. Coalesce coming out from Moira. Dragons on payload to keep it uncontested. 60 seconds left on the clock. Now they're staggering in. Counter charge by both Reinhardts. Here comes bomb, EMP, and grab. It is not enough. Zarya and Torbjorn still on point. Torbjorn now ulting point, trying to AoE that area, keep them off the payload. Lucio with a huge boop there. Great support play. Takes out the Moira and the Reaper. Could turn that around. Both supports are contesting point for Hawking right now, and it looks like they're popping out. D.Va is off the map, and Sombra now just looking to get that ult charge back up again. 33 seconds. This is their last chance for a push to get those last 2.46 meters. And it looks like payload's moving back now with full control, taken over by Hawking. Great last-minute defense there. Huge boops, huge everything. Great support play right there by the Lucio. You know, that's something you love to see. Support players getting in on the action and doing everything they can to help their team. That is something you love to see. 10 seconds left on the clock. Let's see. It looks like they're going to get that touch. Coalescence does come out from Becker. Lucio looking for those boops again. He's now contesting. Coalesce is still there. Torbjorn turret on the right side. Moira has just been hacked by Becker. Becker's pushing forward again. They're going to need to touch payload right now. Dragons comes out. Big Dragons. Reinhardt now being the last on objective gets hacked. It was a good attempt all the way around, especially at the end by Hawking College there, but just the onslaught of ultimates from Becker just kept pushing them back and pushing them back again. Great effort, though.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Connor, how about, look, I know it's so easy to overlook, sometimes to overlook the support play, but there's a big difference between leaving time on the clock, finishing, being able to win for that Lucio, those big boops to get the double pick. I mean, how massive is that to be able to, at least, even though they made it the entire way, not leave any time on the clock and have to take it into overtime to pull it off. It's very impressive.
That is just about the best thing that Lucio could have done for his team at that point in time. You know, being able to turn that team fight around, pick two as a support player, that is a very, very great play going on by the supports there. And it's not something that you see all too often. Supports are, you know, usually think of them as the healers, but supports can be just as dangerous as any other character if they're used properly.
We will have a switch up. It looks like Hawking will go with the Winston Zarya. We'll keep that Lucio from that massive play, leave the Moria, and keep the Torbjorn and the Hanzo on the field. What are you seeing over there from Becker?
From Becker's side, I'm seeing a Reinhardt Diva, again, you know, the Sombra, obviously, big Reaper plays. And it looks like they're going to continue with the Lucio Moira as well. Very similar comps here. But it looks like, you know, they're going to keep playing slightly different, with Becker looking for more of a brawl and Hawking looking for more of a ranged kind of brawl comp with Sniper Hanzo in the background. Becker separating Reinhardt from the rest of his team. Reinhardt has to get the pin off with pins the Lucio. Reinhardt also goes down for Becker. Becker is losing this team fight currently. Reinhardt goes down from Hawking. Reaper goes down. It looks like Becker's going to have to back out here. Hawking coming out swinging, moving forward. Sombra almost getting staggered, but able to teleport out quick enough. Reinhardt coming back from spawn. It looks like Hawking is going to get this first point pretty uncontested. Great play coming out, you know, hitting them in the nose, going fast, and playing hard, going for that first point.
As the EMP comes out.
EMP is a big team fight winner. Comes out possibly a little early, but gets them to use beat. Reinhardt hacked, playing away from wall because he no longer has shield. Shatter comes out, but is blocked. Multiple coalescences. There is the real coming from Becker. The counter shatter is real. They are upset they lost that first point, and they are going to push them back into spawn as much as they can. Still winning. It looks like Humboldt and Buckeye went down. There goes Zarya as well. Diva looking low on health. Everybody needing heals on Becker, but still playing through fine. Torbjorn, Hanzo in the background, really contesting away from point, but it looks like they're going to chase that Hanzo down. As a whole team leaving the point uncontested, it looks like Hawking is now going to take advantage of that and push through the point. Sombra is still near point, but not going to contest until right there. Hacks the Reinhardt. Great timing on that. Reinhardt goes down. Here comes the Reaper ult. They get grabbed, but it does not matter. But here comes Dragons and Torbjorn. A lot of ultimates used there. You know, they are fighting like this is life or death right now. Torbjorn still on point. Turret takes down that Reinhardt. Torbjorn solo pushing this payload by himself. Now Diva and Moira getting back on him with no support. He's going to be in trouble for a little while. Dropping back to his healers and getting bubbled to keep him alive. Low on health. They're Hawking pushing the payload further forward here.
Absolutely, and what a massive play to lose your Reinhardt, but able to get the grab off and for the Dragon. And the bomb is coming down on Cart.
Bomb and great timing on that EMP. You know, Reaper's now coming in, cleaning up. It looks like Zarya's low on health, having to work through that. Reinhardt also getting low, coming back from spawn. Sombra 1v1ing that Moira again. You're seeing that as a common pick for that Sombra, the 1v1. It looks like Torbjorn still in the background, causing a nuisance, keeping Becker off the front lines, stopping them from pressing forward, having them focus, getting that stagger in on that Torbjorn. Reinhardt coming in swinging here, moving forward. Hammers collide at the corridor. Elder comes out, they're holding left side. Here comes Coalescence, and a massive shatter from Hawking. Here comes Beat as well, and a Torbjorn ult. 2 beats, 1 from each side. Here's the counter Coalesce. And it looks like every ultimate's being used as we speak. No more ultimates left in the field. Becker's Reinhardt goes down to Torbjorn. Torbjorn putting on a show here tonight. Diva demeched as well. Torbjorn goes down. It looks like Becker is pushing forward still. Baby Diva is taken down along with Reaper. Moira still fighting on payload, keeping it contested as long as she can. Hawking, great performance there, saying you're going to use ultimates, well, we're going to use more, and bringing it back to an evenly matched game with even ultimates.
What a fantastic play as now the cart pushes forward. And this is, you got to think, if you're them, this is exactly the way that you wanted to play this out.
It looks like Sombra is also going for that high ground in the background. Looks like she's close to the EMP, and there's that EMP. Coalesce also comes through. They take down Buckeye. Reinhardt goes down. Both tanks go down for Hawking. They're pushing them back as we speak, losing both tanks. That's going to be a hard thing to 6v4, so they're doing the smart thing of backing out and regrouping. Minute 50 on the clock to get that next point. Becker being very, very aggressive, pushing almost all the way back to spawn. Fire strikes both come out, but miss from both sides. Sombra still being in that background, possibly getting a looking for a 1v1 with that Hanzo.
My ultimate ability.
Reinhardt jumping off the high ground. Sombra almost losing that 1v1. Backing out. Bomb used, but does not go through. Reinhardt also goes down from Becker. 3 ults used. Dragons and Torb come out as well, but it looks like they are winning that team fight. Good use there to get that team kill, and they'll have enough to get that payload pushed to that objective point, and they'll get some more time on the clock moving forward. Moira being aggressive, trying to get some ult charge, getting that damage orb out.
And right now, Hawking down one map to nothing right now. This is so crucial for them if they're going to stay in this match to win this next team fight.
This is very, very important. I hear the Reaper ult coming out and the beat as well. They lose the Hanzo and the Torb turret. Here comes the Coalesce a little late. Couldn't get the ult charge fast enough. The Shatter goes down from Becker. Becker pushing through this team fight.
Whoopsie.
What a match so far tonight. This is truly some great Overwatch gameplay. You're going to see a little bit of everything here.
And now, the regroup is so huge. If they want to stay in this game with 1 minute and 34 seconds left, as he throws in, let's see what they do here.
Looks like Becker has ult advantage by far here in this fight. You know, the best thing that Hockey can hope for is they use all their ultimates in this fight, and they'll have some ult advantage the next time around. I'll just see if they can get as much ultimate charge as they can and just hope for that one last push. Torbjorn staying up top, keeping his turret up, focusing more the turret than the Torbjorn. Hanzo also getting some good shield damage in. Sombra staying up top, pestering the Hanzo, getting some good damage off. Hanzo goes down to the Reaper. Although Becker's D.Va gets demeched, making D.Va way less effective moving forward. They're re-pushing that top point, and now looks like the ultimates are fairly even, with only support ultimates and a D.Va bomb coming up, with Dragons, Shatter, Torbjorn ult, and Grab coming up soon from Hawking. Very close in the ultimates now, more even than before. Coalesce comes out by Becker here. Shatter completely blocked by Becker, but here comes Dragons. Dragons picks 3, both supports and D.Va. And then D.Va bomb picks up the Hanzo, counter Shatter by Spark, but not going to be enough. Hawking pushing forward here. Unfortunately, spawn for Becker is very, very close by. 15 seconds left. Becker will definitely have enough time to get another regroup in here. They have Beat and Death Blossom coming up, and EMP. Death Blossom EMP is going to be a game-winning ultimate combination here if they can pull it off. It looks like Reinhardt's flashing by the payload. D.Va coming in with bombs, or missiles on the shield. Here comes EMP, and 2 go down. Ryan and Tor both go down. Moira ultimate comes out, and there's Beat as well. They are using all of their ultimates, keeping them off payload. Becker with a team kill to finish it off tonight.
And just like you said, the EMP, they regrouped, being so close to spawn, and it was a massive play. Let's see this play of the game. And it's going to be the Lucio play.
I really do. Oh, here it is. The massive. See, that's the thing that you want to see here. Getting some good damage on that Reinhardt too, contesting that payload. You know, finishing him off even. You know, doing all the things that he needs to be doing to support his team and keep that match going for as long as he can. That was a great Lucio play right there.
I know you have a soft spot in your heart for a big Lucio play, man.
Oh, for sure. Lucio's a great character to play. He's very fun. You know, it's always fun to see a good Lucio player doing Lucio things.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we do want to remind you that we do have another map that we are going to play. Now, this match has been decided. Becker College wins this match in this best of 3, but we will play the third map. One of the things here at the NECC is we will have an 8-week season, which will transition into the playoffs, and those playoff seedings towards the bottom of the ladder will be determined by those map wins. So still, for Hawking, this is a crucial map right here as we go to Oasis. Yes. Okay, I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get ready to go to Oasis. We have sent the R's in the chat. We're going to see how this plays out. We do want to remind you that 5 days a week, you can see live esports action right here at the NECC. On Mondays, we have Madden. Tuesdays, we have Valorant. Of course, myself and Connor Breeze on Overwatch. Wednesdays, Thursday night, we have League of Legends. And Friday night, we put the RC cars on the track, drop the ball, and we play Rocket League live here at the NECC. Connor, so far, things here at the NECC going super smooth behind the scenes, and everything's great. It's having a good time.
NECC is doing some big things all the way around. You know, it's really good to see, you know, esports really coming into full view here for everyone out there, bringing into the college world, you know, and allowing more players the opportunity to, you know, play in events like this and leagues and tournaments. You know, it's some great things to see for the video game world as a whole.
It's for sure. It is exciting. And for the first time tonight, one thing we will see is the Orisa coming out, the Rhine Orisa for Hawking, with the Lucio and the Mora, Torbjorn, and the May coming out. Let's see how it plays out.
It looks like Becker has a very solid game plan looking at the EMP bomb or EMP Death Blossom here. You know, not really changing it up. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Winston for dives. It looks like Becker's taking that left side and setting up strong with the Orisa shield, trying to take over as much location as they can and as effectively as they can. The double shield is always a good way of kind of keeping them protected from multiple fronts. And it looks like the dives are going to start coming in soon. Sombra in the background trying to get some damage off there. Sombra almost goes down, but great teleport out. Damage orb comes out by the Moira. They're pulled in together. Is looking very dangerous for Becker here. Many of them are low. Reinhardt on Hawking is getting healed back to full. Lots of damage is getting pulled out here. Winston already has Primal. And now they are just pushing forward with Coalescence as well. May getting 2 freezes, but it does not matter. Brig could not back out. And Becker's going to take the point. And keep the point.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, this is a different game mode. So you see that point in the center and those percentage points in the middle as Becker has points. The goal is to get to 100% and try to take advantage of that point. So let's see if Hawking can come in here and take back the point and start ticking away that clock.
Winston diving onto Hawking now, dropping bubble. Here comes the Brig ultimate out of Hawking. Death Blossom comes out as well, but gets stuffed almost as soon as it starts by Reinhardt. And then he pins the Winston. Huge pin there. Torbjorn also getting some big picks in as well. Brig taking care of that Lucio. Sombra just getting some ult charge here before backing out. Takes some massive damage, goes one shot, but TP's out. Some great timing on those teleports by that Sombra. But let's talk about that Torbjorn. Torbjorn doing a great job of dealing with that Sombra, you know, when he can, keeping that turret out on cooldown at all times, staying with his team, and just getting that damage out there, building his ultimate quickly.
Absolutely. Big shout out to all the Torbjorn mains, keeping it proud for the big boys like me out there. Big shout outs.
Sombra's in the background again. D.Va missiles out, and here comes EMP bomb, something we've seen very frequently. A little overshot with the bomb, unfortunately. You know, unlucky. But Winston still diving. Winston primals, and here comes Moira Coalescence. They're going to partner 2 other ults to take this point back. They want to see that point stop going up in percentage for Hawking there, and it looks like they have 5-on-4 on point. They're going to retake 62-43 in favor of Becker. Pressing forward now, taking the high ground with Winston, waiting for that next dive. D.Va being aggressive, sending out micro missiles, just get some extra ult charge. Back up to 38% ultimate charge, getting ready for another bomb. Shield comes out from Orisa, and here comes Supercharger as well. Winston dives right in. Sombra almost goes down. Torbjorn also ults to keep them separated. Here comes Freeze from May as well. It was eaten by the D.Va. Massive play there by D.Va, keeping her head up, making sure to watch ultimates. That's some ultimate tracking if I've ever seen it. May contesting point with Ice Block. Reaper ult in the background. May and Torbjorn both go down. 99% contested. It is overtime right now. Brig ults and huge shatter as well by Hawking. Here comes another EMP. Moira ulting again. Gets a pick off. Winston diving again onto the Reinhardt. Reinhardt's all that's left for Hawking. Great attempt by Hawking there, but it was just not enough to deal with Becker. Becker takes first round.
Wow, and what an impressive play. And how about Connor? Explain to the people what just happened with that blizzard coming down and the May able to step in. Huge play. You could hear our producer Caleb Gloomy in the background screaming, "She ate it!" Explain to people what just happened.
So D.Va has an ability where she can eat incoming projectiles, bullets, abilities, things like that. May throws her ultimate, so it is technically a projectile. So when May goes to set down her big bad ultimate ability, if D.Va is fast enough and ready enough, D.Va can just completely eat and eliminate that ultimate, which is what happened right there. That's a very hard thing to do. That means D.Va was watching for that ultimate. D.Va knew it was going to come up soon and was very ready to get that eat coming out.
You have to know, speaking of eating, you know that they have to be upsetty spaghetti with the way that ended up in that last round. Let's see how it plays out right here.
Hawking moving very cohesive as a unit, trying to take the high ground first before they take objective. It looks like they're popping down. Big boop by the Lucio again, takes out the Reaper. 6v5 moving forward. Down goes Brig as well. 6v4. There, down goes Orisa. 6v3. Torbjorn, Reinhardt, and Moira are still fighting, but Torbjorn and Ryan separated from their healer. Torbjorn trying to get back, but he is slow, so he could not get back in time. Big stagger there by Becker. Hawking's going to have to wait for all three of them to respawn, and they'll have to regroup moving forward.
And Connor, we have just seen why Becker College has won matches here at the NECC. They have communicated well, they are together, and they take all these regroups and do really well. It's been an impressive performance so far.
Oh, for sure here, but I love that Hawking is staying together for all their fights, trying to be as cohesive as possible. Moira ult comes out here. D.Va demech from Becker. Reaper doing his job, getting some good damage in on the tanks. It looks like Hawking's pushing forward very aggressively here. Winston goes down, but so does Reinhardt. Orisa is on point with that Reaper, but it looks like Hawking has the advantage here in terms of players on objective. That Lucio keeping them split, getting those good boots on, but eventually goes down to Orisa. Here comes the Reaper ultimate. Takes out 4 in the background, including Turret. That was a massive death blossom by Uncivil Word. Absolutely game changing. 68% to 0% in favor of Becker here. Hawking coming out of spawn. See if they can get a good push in here. They do have very similar ultimates here. Let's see which ultimates can come out. They'll have to be very careful dealing with that EMP because they know the EMP bomb is going to come very soon. So it's going to be very important to see how they deal with that. Primal comes off and Reaper gets booped off again. Here's that EMP bomb. Down goes Reinhardt. Primal takes out more. Orisa goes down finally. Torbjorn ults but goes down. Baptiste uses immortality to stay on point, but D.Va will not let him out. D.Va knocks him down. Moira gets hacked and goes down. Overtime. It does not look like they'll be able to get there in time. Becker takes all 3 matches tonight. What an amazing performance by both teams here.
Not only did they take every single, well, let's get into that. Let's watch this play of the game before we do. And it's the Mora by Cyber Doodle. Let's go.
Coalescence coming out strong here, getting heals and damage in. That's something we always like to see, keeping those heals in, but making sure to get those finishes on those low. Now, damage orb comes out, but here comes the heals, making sure to keep their team up the whole time. It's very easy for a Moira to lose sight on what they're doing because it's always so nice to be able to get those kill after kill after kill. So making sure that Moira is keeping their team up is always something that we like to see.
Absolutely. And for Becker, not only winning this match, but pure domination, winning every map, but I believe so in the circumstances, won every single round of this match as well. Didn't give up a round. Was so impressive. You're probably going to see a lot more of Becker College as we go through this NECC season, Connor.
Yeah, it was good games all the way around, but Becker put on a show tonight. They've really shown what they can do. They didn't really switch up their game plan tonight, but you know what? They didn't need to. I feel like they've put a lot of time and effort into that strategy that they're using, and it seems to be working out very well for them.
If we had to pick a player of the game, who do you think it would be?
That's tough, but Reinhardt's, have been going really well today. There was a lot of ultimates blocked. I mean, Spark did a great job main tanking. Personally, I always like those, support players. I got a soft spot for them, so that Lucio was doing some big things. But I think overall, the main tanks here are what definitely did it for me.
Absolutely. And I have to point out, I think a huge respect goes out to all the Sombra play. The massive, massive EMPs changed the fights, flipped team fights, and allowed Spark on that Reinhardt to be able to make some big plays. So it's very impressive and a huge team win for Becker for sure.
Yep, that was a fantastic Overwatch match to watch for sure. That one will go down, and we'll see replays of that in years to come.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you that you can join us again tomorrow night for League of Legends right here at the NECC. And don't forget, 5 days a week, we do have collegiate esport action at the highest level right here at the NECC. I want to say thank you to our partners. Thank you to everyone that makes this possible. Thank you to our linear TV friends. Our friends at ESTV. You might be watching a replay right now from ESTV. It is now available on Samsung TV Plus and the Roku channel, bringing you esports action from around the globe on their platform 24/7. And of course, thank you to our friends at Helix Esports and all the things that they get to do for us behind the scenes. And of course, the newest addition to the family, we could not be more happy to announce that HyperX has joined the NECC family with some of the best gear in gaming. We are excited to have them here. Connor, what another fun-filled night of Overwatch action, my friend.
Wednesday nights are starting to become my favorite day of the week.
I love it. I love it. I like Fridays because KFC has a special, but Wednesdays are pretty cool too. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, I
ladies
feel
and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it for our commissioner, Jacob Van Ryan, our executive producer and director of esports, Caleb Glooby, behind the scenes tonight for all the hard work that he does. And of course, well, I'm grateful for my main man, Connor. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, follow us on social media at NECC Games. That's at NECC Games on Twitter and Instagram. And until next time, my name is Jaron Bell. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, and we'll see you next time. This is the NECC, and college esports lives here. Good night, everybody.